very special piece of entertainment for us this evening. I call on Tim Evans to come up here to the microphone and do it for us. Tim, thank you very much. Tim!
Mean coming home from service were every bit as good as the return Yanks for boasting. Nothing we had at home could match what they had up the country. The land in Limerick was so good, we were told, if you drove a car into the field in the evening, you'd never find it in the morning, the grass had grown so high overnight. And we thought the midgets were bad down in Kerry. It seems you could be eaten alive by a breed of midgets they have in Tipperary. There was a man there and he had a prize cow, a valuable animal. Yet she'd won several cups. And when she had her calf, the farmer kept the two of them together in a wooden place near the river, and he put a bell on the cow so as the calf would know where his mother was if he strayed through the fields. Now August is the worst month for midgets. They'd eat you without salt if there's no wind blowing. And this way of a heavy evening, the farmer heard the bell clanging as if the cow was in trouble, and he sent down the servant by, and what was it? But the midgets had eaten the cow alive. Those midgets were massive. And when they had their flesh picked to the bones, they were still so hungry that they took the bell off the cow's neck and rang it for the calf. You sporting young blades of Kerry, a warning now take you from me. Beware of those ticklesome damsels, you'll find them below in Tralee. They'll fill you with whiskey and porter until you're unable to stand. And before you know what they're after, you're down in Van Diemen's Land. The biggest lie I ever heard used to be told to the tourists by the Killarney boatmen. When those visitors would ask a contrary question like how deep is the punch bowl? The Devil's Punch Bowl, as we all know from our geography lesson, is at the top of Magnerton Mountain, which overlooks the town and the lakes of Killarney. But how deep is it? Well, the boatmen used to say there was a Sweeney man up there on the verge of the crater looking for sheep when he fell into it. Down with him, and the Lord saves, as it was getting dark, he saw this enormous fish coming towards him, his eyes blazing like the headlamps of a train going through a tunnel. And the fish opened his mouth and Sweeney went back down into his belly, and that gave him a breathing space. And he sat down and he lit his pipe. Tourists slapped that up. And he looked around and there was his dog Rex. He had followed him down. And with that the fish turned tail, and instead of heading up towards Killarney and civilization, he was going down into the very bowels of the earth. Oh, Jesus Christ, says Sweeney, I better get out. So what did he do? But he climbed into the insides of the fish's neck. God knows them, but that was a narrow enough track too. He had strong shoes on, and between that and the dog backing and wagging his tail like a propeller and Sweeney smoking, the fish started to get very tickly in the throat, and he started coughing. And he coughed Sweeney out, and as Sweeney came out, he blew the pipe smoke into the fish's eyes, which delayed him. He kept going out before the fish, holding on to the dog's tail, and did that dog make speed? I don't know how many days and nights they were travelling when all of a sudden the water got roasting hot with a bright light shining through it. Oh no, says Sweeney, we're facing into hell! Not at all. The next thing was they were catapulted up into the open air, landing on a mossy bank, and Sweeney shook the water out of his eyes, looked around, and there he saw this huge animal with a ginnet's head in him, sitting on his bottom like a dog begging. He had two short locks for front paws and a young one looking out his waistcoat pocket. Ah, blast, it's so sweet. I know, but I am now. So he went down the road, got a bus into Sydney, and wound his way home for a change of clothes. And the dog, that dog was crossed with a bush dingo, and that's how sheepdogs came to Australia. Thanks.